Imagine waking up every morning feeling trapped inside your own mind, exhausted, numb, and disconnected from the world. Depression is not just sadness, it's like being stuck in quicksand, where every attempt to pull yourself out seems to drag you deeper. But what if I told you that there is a way out? That science, ancient wisdom, and practical technique can help you reclaim your happiness. We know, but we don't use it. Today I'm going to talk about simple but highly effective ways to defeating depression using mindset shifts, neuroscience based techniques, and real story, including my own, to inspire you that recovery is possible. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Ria and I am a certified mental health professional. I am grateful and thankful to share that I have helped lots of people overcome mental and emotional health issues using neuroscience based information, tips, techniques, methods, and simple, easy ways which anyone can practice easily in their daily life. So, step one is to understand that depression is not your identity. Many of my clients use their disorder and depression symptoms as a way to introduce themselves. So they will speak something like, I am a depressed and negative person my whole life. I have always been depressed since young age. Or depression is one permanent part of my life. So one of the biggest mindset shift you need to make is separate yourself from depression. You are not your depression. It's something you are experiencing, not something who you are. Mental health issues are just like physical health issues. Just the way we work towards having good physical health, similar way, we need to be working towards having good mental health as well. Symptoms are temporary if you see them that way. So it's also about perspective and personal opinion towards your illness. You don't have to see depression as something you have to live with whole life and it is not gonna go anywhere. That's not true. Think of depression like a storm cloud covering the sky. The sun, your true self, is hiding behind the cloud, but is temporary. So instead of believing that the cloud is the sky, recognize that cloud will eventually pass. Our job is to focus on our action steps without being over attached and possessed about results. Neuroscientific research shows that thoughts create neural pathways. The more you tell yourself that I am depressed, the stronger that identity becomes in your brain, which keep all symptoms there. So instead, practice saying that I am experiencing depression, but I am healing. Or you can say that I may feel up and down, but I'm getting better every day. Or you can say that I'm going to focus on my action steps because that is under my control. Now, let me warn you that thinking rationally or looking at brighter side is not going to be an easy mental task. Disorders are an internal and silent war. Person is fighting every minute with their own negative side, with their own emotions. So it's very uncomfortable and challenging to remain on the right track. But I will be teaching you more ways in this video, and same I do in other videos too, to mentally train you against depression oriented neuropathway. So we let us discuss first step, which is you have to stop connecting depression symptom as real you. This was the step one. Your real you is a pure light and it's full of potential. So you have to train yourself to be that real and authentic version of yourself instead of holding on to illness side. Now, step number 2 to practice is break the cycle with small wins. Depression thrives on inaction and isolation. Your mood will create internal and external excuses to keep you away from activity and action. Depression monster will make you believe that life and everything else is useless and you can't change it. So just keep doing what you have been doing every day. Just keep laying in bed. Just don't move, even if it is suffocating you. Now, the key to breaking this cycle is to start small, even tiny wins, which are going to create momentum. So basically, you just have to keep taking small steps whole day. Now I will tell you a secret formula to win over depression, and it is do just opposite of your mood. So when your mood is asking you to keep laying in bed, don't do anything. Stand up and start doing something around you. And it's best even to leave that room and go start something else in some other room. When your mood is telling you don't do anything, do just opposite, which can be creating new chores for yourself wherever you are. Something which excites you, doing something which help you to break the routine and dark cloud of sadness. Many years ago, when I was working on my depression during my younger years, I had to remind myself to keep moving forward, even if it's just one step. I kind of go into rebellion mode. And being a rebellion, I was doing just opposite what I was told to do. So developing this mental habit of taking action, that's what I built. And when I did, it changed my life forever. Taking one step at a time helped me win over my symptoms, and I realized that sadness is only powerful in the beginning. Ultimately, is the action step, which is going to change the mood, which is going to break the cycle of sadness. I also realized that by not doing anything, it's actually not going anywhere, and it's growing. And ultimately, sadness gonna ruin many of my productive hours of the day, and quite often whole day. So realistically, there is no running away from action steps. One has to do it, and just do it for the sake of doing it with compassion until you build this habit of doing things on a scheduled time. So try doing these simple and practical action steps every day. It could be you make your bed every morning. Arrange your room if it is messy. It could be taking a 5-minute walk outside right away when you're feeling sad. It could be drinking lots of water when you wake up, and then keep walking around until you are out of that sleepy mood. You can also listen to music to motivate you about the whole day. Another very good way to prepare for baby steps is make a list of easy activities which are not super challenging for you. And next time, whenever you are feeling sad, just read that sheet and choose one activity from that sheet to do in that moment. So you don't have to think. So, why are we talking about taking small steps whole day? Because each small victory sends a message to your brain that I am in control. You are winning over depression monster, and tell your brain that you are the boss of your body, mind and life and not the depression. If you are looking for some extra help in releasing trauma and intense emotions at home, I have a workbook in the description box below. It's free. Try writing as per this workbook. Most of my clients find it very helpful. Now, next step number 3 to practice is rewire your brain with new habits. Depression affects the prefrontal cortex and reduces dopamine production, which is happy hormone. So it makes motivation difficult. So it is understandable that you will not feel any motivation and desire to work towards goals. So don't depend on motivation to feel good or doing self-care. Research shows that small intentional habits can rewire the brain. During my teenage years, I was stuck in deep depression for a long time. Every morning I woke up feeling empty and nothing good in my life. One day I decided to change just one thing, something to feel good when I'm not feeling good. For me, it was listening to religious music every morning. At first, it felt pointless, but within a week, my mood improved slightly. My depressed brain started responding to this new habit. This small change encouraged me to add another good habit. It was journal writing, which turned into writing poems and stories whenever I had time. Then I added another good habit, taking a short morning walk, which turned into running and jogging for an hour every morning throughout the year. Over a period of time, all these small, easy habits created a snowball effect that lifted me out of the depression. Best part is, once you teach these good habits to your body and mind, you teaching it to mind first and your body is going to follow. And then it becomes part of you for lifelong. Short story writing during teenage years, for me, it turned into becoming an author today. My first book about inner child trauma healing is released a few months ago, and another one is on the way. Going on walks turned into habit of being in gym easily for 2 hours because I built that stamina and fun feeling. Going for swimming easily for an hour. Habit of over-analyzing turned into hours of meditation and chakra healing practices. I have gradually trained myself for different ways of self-care at different hours. And you can do same. Even if you have to do it mindlessly initially and you're not enjoying it, still do it. ultimately you will realize the power of mind. The brain always wins over the body. So train your brain to have good physical and mental health. Now, a disclaimer here. I'm not saying that everyone should push themselves, especially if you are dealing with an autoimmune disorder, chronic anemia, struggling with burnout, chronic fatigue, chronic body pains with physical injuries. In all these cases, your treatment plan is going to be different. I'm just talking about depression. Let us come back to the topic. How you can build new habits is by trying with a small experiment at a time. So start with a tiny habit. For example, writing one positive thought per day and read it every hour. Now attach this habit to an existing routine, such as after brushing your teeth. Now try to stay consistent only with this one small habit for at least 21 days. If you find that you are enjoying this new habit now and it has become part of your daily life, then you can add another one even before 21 days. I hope you are finding this video helpful. If yes, it would make sense to like and subscribe so you could continue receiving my videos without looking for them. Your simple action will send this video to others as well who might find this information helpful. Now, step number 4 to practice is shift your perspective on negative thoughts. Your mind is like a radio station and you can change the frequency. Depression often makes you tune into the I am worthless channel, negative thinking. But you can switch to I am healing channel, a realistic one. Imagine your thoughts are like food. If you constantly eat junk food, your body weakens. If you constantly feed your mind negative thoughts, your mental health suffers. So choose to consume positive, growth-oriented, realistic thoughts. Here is a technique to change this. It's called 3-to-1 positivity rule. For every negative thought, consciously think of 3 positive ones. For example, I am failing is a negative thought. Replace it with 3 positive ones. One could be I am learning. I am resilient. I have overcome challenges before. You need to remember that change never happened on its own. And just knowing and talking about symptoms and issues is not enough. Change comes when you address it, following the science and practicing it under personal guidance or train yourself through any learning resource. This resource can be a book, it can be a blog, it can be a YouTube video, it could be a podcast, or it could be meeting somebody in person or connecting with therapists virtually. You have to create this desire to live a normal life, a happy life, important enough to address it by investing your time, money, and energy into it. Just thinking and talking about sadness is only step 1. Step 2, step 3, step 4, and more steps, they are going to be different. And they are going to be above and beyond of your comfort zone. It's going to be above and beyond of what you know already. is going to be challenging and uncomfortable. Why? Because all of that is new to your mind, and your body also don't know that. Now the question is, are you willing to do that? To live a fulfilling and happy life? Or you choose to just sit and talk or suppress your dreams and desires? Life is full of choices, so make a progressive choice to work towards it with guidance. These are some of the basic but mandatory steps to hit the roots of depression. But if you are struggling, even to take a baby step, I would advise you to get professional help. Do not just keep living with emotional injuries and sadness. You are worthy of living a happy and fulfilling life just the way you want it, but you have to create it. Work with a professional to attend regular therapy, coaching, or EMDR. There are several ways to help yourself to process deep emotional wounds. You can also reach out to me to work with me one-on-one, which can be fastest route to healing, because I will customize your treatment plan as per your life journey, your personality, and your needs. Depression is a tough battle, but it is not unbeatable. By shifting your mindset, taking small actions, and using science-based techniques, you can heal. I hope you found today's video helpful. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. So share and let us know, how are you dealing with your own depression, or how your loved one is dealing with that? What is working for you and what did not work? Maybe your suggestion can help others. If you are interested in learning more, watch a related video on the screen. It's showing right now. Thank you for joining me today. Bye for now. I will meet you in my next video. Take care.